Meet Jimmy. He's brothers with Steve and father to Helen, whose sister Christina is also sister to Tino. Their cousin Andrew is cousin to Lula, who in turn is cousin to Panny. They all work together as hairdressers in Cardiff. So what's it like working with your entire family?
Sometimes it's a hell, but it's also brilliant as well.
What's it like working with your children on a day-to-day basis?
Not a problem. I mean, obviously, of course, sometimes we do make it clear. They are my children. On in work, I tell them, I am your boss. And at home then, they are my children. I love them to bits. On in the shop, everybody have to have a responsibility. Take, obviously, that's what the business is all about.
Helen has been working in the family salon since she was a teenager. What's the secret to having a very successful family business? Is it because you're very defined in your roles and there's a good structure, or is it because it's more fluid?
I think the most important thing, obviously, you've got to be good at your job. We all have different roles, like, I do chemicals and obviously do afro hair, and, we all work differently. And the most important thing, you have to get on as a family unit as well, because if you don't get on, this is where the problems start.
Family businesses contribute to nearly a quarter of the UK's GDP. 3 million small businesses in the UK are run by families, and they give jobs to 9.2 million people. Between them, they generate a turnover of £1.1 trillion per year. Over time, family businesses can turn into dynasties. Think of the Rockefellers, the Trumps, or the Rothschilds. But great wealth can cause great feuds. The story of the Gucci family reads like a soap opera. So how can families make sure their businesses run smoothly? As you can see from the books behind me, research into family business is a growing field, and at the forefront of that is Professor Nigel Nicholson. What are the pros and cons of keeping it in the family?
Well, families, when they're working well, are great. They have a fantastic spirit, they can make quick decisions, they seem to have a telepathic ability to understand each other, and they're held together by love, so they can tell the truth to each other without falling apart. However, that's the other side to that coin, is those are risk factors as well. Sometimes they're too quick to make decisions, sometimes those conflicts overspill, and sometimes people end up unable to talk to each other for weeks or even months and years afterwards because they've had a fallout.
Although the Lazarous admit that they occasionally bicker, Steve and Jimmy do their best to keep their heirs in line.